I'm gonna make me something to eat for lunch. It is lunchtime now. It's more like brunch.
Brunch.
Got my little one here. Come say hi to the live.
Hi. Peace.
Gotta do her hair today, but yeah. Anyways, come with me while I make me something to eat. Oops. Oh, it's just been one of those days for me, like, seriously. Trying to get through the day, maintain myself and my well being, my mind, my body, and my soul. Let's see who is all gonna pop up in the live. But yeah, I hope everyone's doing well. I don't have any major topics to talk about today. I just want you guys to see a day in the life of a single mother with two little ones. Big Mama. Big Mama. I am Big Mama. Ooh wee. So what we're gonna have today is some bagels and some vegan cream cheese. That's what I love to eat. So I'm gonna toast that, and then I think I'm gonna make me some tofu with that as well. I was gonna make me some vegan sausages, like cut it in half and then fry it on both sides, but I don't feel like doing that. My bad. Have to wake the baby up. So heavy-handed. I hope everyone's doing well. So first thing I'm gonna do is make the tofu, season it up, and fry it. But yeah, I did want to talk about something today. Like, I see a lot of domestic violence happening in our community, and a lot of people not believing the victim. And that really bothers me because I myself understand that getting out of a domestic violence situation is like escaping a cult, because you're so brainwashed. You're so used to the lifestyle, the abuse, making up to break up. So when you leave, you expect all type of support. And nowadays, people are always thinking that everything is for clout. Everything is not for clout. People are speaking up online and social media because it's available. Imagine back in the days where people didn't have that. So appreciate when people are speaking up and sharing their story, because just because it's not helping you, it's helping other people. Don't, minimize somebody else's healing journey. And it really bothers me. It bothers me so much when people do not believe the victim, but they believe the perpetrator. Like, you believe the abuser, but you don't believe the victim. Everybody heals differently. All right? So I'm just saying, like, that's something I want to talk about. I'm using pink Himalayan salt, and I'm making tofu scramble with bagels and vegan cream cheese. This is the best because I'm breastfeeding, and I have to actually keep my protein up. I'll be going grocery shopping soon. Maybe y'all can come with me on my grocery shopping call. Hey everybody, peace, peace, hello. But yeah, let's talk a little bit about one topic in particular. This is Dash. This is the lemon pepper. So particularly, I realize there is a perpetuation in generational curses due to absentees of uh, mothers and good parents. So let's just say, you have a narcissistic parent growing up, and you now attract that. And you wonder why your life is just so difficult. Why are you always attracting these narcissists, these abusive men or women, and you can't seem to find support? All of a sudden, you try to go to your mom or dad, but they know where to be found. That's because they're gloating in your pain. Either they're gloating in your pain, or they are ashamed that you are in a situation or predicament that is shameful to the family, so they don't want nothing to do with you until you doing good and you back on your feet and you ain't got nothing going on as far as negativity. You paying for their groceries, you paying for their gas, or you doing something to benefit them. So this is how I see it. A narcissistic parent only wants to be around you when they benefiting from you. You better not dare be going through nothing and sharing it and healing. You better not dare be successful, and look more youthful, doing better than what they've ever been doing when they were your age. You better not dare. They want you to be dependent. So I'm going to say this. Hey, everybody in the building. I'm doing all right. I'm healing. So growing up, I realized I never really had, let me turn the oven on. I never really had like a reliable source to go to when it came to being physically and emotionally available when something was going on in my life. Like, I went to college, and college was crazy. High school was crazy. Like, I finished school, but when I was going through something, I didn't have nobody to go to. Like, I had homegirls, but they didn't know, like, they was going through the same thing as me. Dating and all that was difficult because I did not have that example growing up of a good relationship, non-toxic relationship, husband and wife type thing. My mom always taught me that, being single was the best because that's what her trauma taught her. And that's just something that I feel like is unfair to teach a child because it doesn't give them a clear vision on how to grow up healthy for themselves. They don't learn discernment from the good and the bad. I mean, you should give somebody an opportunity to experience something for themselves, right? Even like with my dad, even though he was probably not in my life, I feel like now that I'm an adult, I should be able to reach out to him. And every time I ask for his number or whatever, communication with him, because my mom has his information and my older brother has his information, I'm shot down. No, you shouldn't. No, don't do that. But how do you know that your relationship with my father will be the same relationship that I have with him? It is a part of my healing. I have to figure out how to communicate with my father. It doesn't matter if he was absent. Maybe it was for a good reason, but I'm a grown woman. Like, I've been through so much. Ain't nothing gonna fit me these days. So I want to mend that relationship with my dad. That's probably why I've been dealing with so many toxic men. You know what I'm saying? And I just realized one of the reasons I'm okay, yeah. So one of the reasons why I had entered my last relationship with my narcissistic ex. Hold on, let me get some butter. And cheese. So this is country crock plant-based butter. I'm gonna get this hot on the stove. Go do your work. Yeah, homeschooling is quite crazy when you have a newborn. She loves to be in the live, but she has to be doing work for a certain amount of time, and then I come check with her and do some work with her myself. But I have to make myself some breakfast because I haven't ate all day. She ate, but I haven't ate. You know how it is, mom life. But yeah, so what I was saying was the reason I feel like I have entered so many abusive relationships is because of my childhood. I was not raised around an example of how a man and a woman should get along and live and be in union. I might have heard about it, I might have seen it on the outside, but in my own home, I was told that a woman should stay single, and that's just not how I feel like we operate as humans. Everybody has to learn for themselves. And with that being said, my own parental guardian was very negligent in the up and coming years of my life. Like when I first moved and I got my own place, it was through a domestic violence situation. I was able to get my own house. I had a 3-bedroom house right in the country, and I had a car. So I had invited some family to come help me, particularly my mother. And I was willing to try to find money, scrape up money to pay for her to come help me with my daughter, because I only had just my 8-year-old at the time. Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to figure out. I'm just make this whole thing because I love me some scrambled tofu. I gotta buy me some avocado because that goes really good with this. But I'm just gonna let this sit and get hot. It's on high. So yeah, back to the story time. I'm making scrambled tofu. Oh, I forgot to put some thing in it. I love to use mild seasoning salt just to make it flavorful, like seasoning salt. It's a taco seasoning. So I put that in the tofu as well. It makes it taste really good, flavorful. So I had invited my parental mother. I said, Mom, could you come help me? I got a house, I got a car. You don't have to worry about nothing. You don't have to work. All you got to do is get here. Mind you, she's, probably already been in the process of moving with my brother. I have a twin brother. I didn't know nothing about. Eventually, I was able to push through. I was handling my business, but things had got tough. So I had needed some help with my daughter, and I said, I need some financial assistance, and I need to find somebody that could babysit my daughter. At the same time, I just needed somebody there at the house. She refused. And I not only just refused, she just made it such a big deal to come move with me. Like, it was always some excuse. I don't like planes, some. And I'm just like, okay, she's getting older. I realized that, so I got to work with her. But then it dawns on me now, like, that was just hate. Because one of the comments that she did make was, I have never had a house at that age. Meaning, when I was only 32 at the time. I've never had a house at that age. Meaning she's never had a house. She's never had her own house. So I'm like, I thought it was a compliment at first. Baby, you got to take people for who they are. You can't try to misconstrue what somebody is telling you. When a person is telling you something like that, I have never had a house at that age, at your age. That's hate, baby. Jealousy, envy. Those are some of the deadly sins in the Bible, right? You can't work with nobody that has that energy towards you. And I'm so nonchalant, I ain't even thinking nothing of it. So I guess a year and a half goes by, and I finally reach out, I guess, to my ex, which is my children's father. He moves in with me because eventually, he's like, we shouldn't be paying for 2 households separately. We can combine our finances and make it work for the children. So that was something that I did reluctantly. I knew his behaviors. I knew his ways just from experience. I already knew how he was, So reluctantly, I reached out to him and we moved in together. So you know what I'm thinking now? I would have never be in this predicament, fighting for custody, fighting for protective orders. I would never be in this predicament if only I had a mother who was emotionally and physically available, like she's available for my twin brother and for everybody else in the family. I don't know what it is with me. I don't know if it's my spirituality, because I do have a spiritual guru who guides me. I am not a traditional religious person. That is 2026. Who's going into the Christian churches right now saying, "Ooh, please"? No, everybody is virtual. Some people got mixed religions and cultures. My children are mixed. So, you can't judge me on what I believe in. I believe in the Most High. I believe that there is a God. So, that's the first thing that I should be giving grace on, is that I believe that there is a God. Hey, and you can't fault me for not being Christian. But I feel like I'm always being judged for just not being a traditional Christian, and it played a big role in me and my mother's relationship. Should not have been in a safe house. I should not be living, struggling, looking for childcare. Those are the things that a woman my age, if I had that type of support, I'd probably be a CEO by now. And another thing is our community, us, us people, we have a problem with seeing someone in our family doing better than us. And that's no good. That's no good. If you see your sister or your brother over here doing better than you, you're mad and you're jealous. That's evil. I've always been successful. I've always been on my feet. That's why I have my own place. I've never stayed down too long. That's one thing about me. I'm an Aries. I'm going to make it work for me and my children. I'm not going to stay down too long. Just like what recently happened to me. Someone robbed me and scammed me for everything that I own. So I'm still waiting on that to be resolved. I'm still waiting for my furniture and all that to arrive, because I believe the Most High is going to come through for me. But the fact that no one is understanding that I'm going through something and that I need physical and emotional availability, it does not mean that you leave me alone. It does not mean just because I have my own place that I don't want to be bothered. It's my healing sanctuary. I should not be opposing on somebody else in their house because I'm going through something. I don't believe in that. I'm a grown woman. I have to heal my own way, but at the same time, it doesn't mean I don't need support. I need support. I might be strong, but I'm not that strong. I love support because I've supported other people. To the last day of me being in Georgia, I was driving people around to the store. You need to go to the store? Let me take you to the store. Let me take you here. Let me take you there. Always giving. If I went and got some, I'm calling, what's the name? Like, do you need something from the store? Do you need a few dollars? Give me when I don't even have much to give. But it's gonna take a minute to fry. I just feel like I have to make this live because it's just been circulating all this domestic violence. The spiritual community is, I've been off of that. These men that try to act like they are holier than thou, don't fall for that. They are the biggest perpetrators. Don't. Rigvix, don't fall for that. They're the ones that are manipulating and abusive. And on top of that, they got their flying monkeys. Okay, they got their flying monkeys trying to manipulate you to stay or to go back. A flying monkey is someone who is contrary to your belief, working with the narcissist to destroy you. They are used as tools to manipulate you, destroy you. They stay silent when you're being abused. They could be, it could be physically, mentally. If they're aware and around, they're going to stay silent. They're going to try to ask you questions about why did you leave. I don't have a problem with them. It's never happened to me. They're going to try to make you seem like you're crazy. They're going to ask you all type of questions and take their information back to the narcissist to let them know what's going on and update them about you when you don't want contact. That's what these narcissists do. And a narcissist could be your mother, your father, your brother, your sister, anybody, your children. But what I'm telling you is you have to surpass that. You have to rise above that. Rise above, the devil using your family and friends to destroy you. Because I have been tested. I mean, since the beginning of my pregnancy, I tell you, the beginning of my pregnancy, ain't no way somebody should be putting their hands on a pregnant woman. Period. Period. It's not okay. A pregnant woman is already vulnerable, emotional, physically unavailable, weak, just going through so much. There's no way. No way. So with that being said, I have never had the protection that I was supposed to have growing up until now. And still now, I still don't have that. But you know what? I have prayed to God that person steps in my life, whether that's a mother figure or a father figure or a spouse. I am praying today that person, they reincarnate in the flesh to show me and to keep me, you know, in the same mind frame to know that there is hope. You can't tell me everybody, 99% of the world is bad. I don't believe that because I'm spiritual. I know that there is a God. I know that there are good people in this world. And God is going to show me good people. He's going to bring good people in my life that don't hate on me, that don't judge me, that don't want to hurt me or my children. All right? So I am making some scrambled tofu. And right now it's coming along. I like to put like butter in it and let it sit until it just starts getting hard at the bottom, like brown, and then I flips it. I can make it omelet style, but I don't have no peppers right now to go in it. So I'm trying not to have butter so that it can get crispy, and then I'll add butter, a little bit more butter after. But I want it to get real crispy. I don't like no mushy tofu. Mushy tofu is no good. How y'all doing today? But yeah, with that being said, if you don't have a solid support team and you always find yourself lonely or alone trying to figure things out, and when things go good, then you see people coming around, they're not your real friends and family. In no way. Cut them off. Cut them off until when you feel that it's right for you, because you ain't gonna never suppress in success. You know, I'm so gullible sometimes. I'm so righteous. I be telling people about my life thinking that I'm helping when these people are really thinking bad about me. They're waiting for my downfall. You know, I have had women talk about me behind my back at my lowest. Women that I've helped. There's no way um you can't tell me that that's not hate. Narcissism tendencies. I talk about that in my videos, and I also posted a link so you could take a test to see if you are dealing with a narcissist yourself. Now, I'm not in charge of the test, but I highly recommend this doctor because I work with him. I watch his videos, and he's good. So I highly recommend y'all going to the link in my bio, taking that test to see if you are dealing with a narcissist. Because a narcissist could really fuck you up. Excuse me, my language. A narcissist can really mess you up. They don't always have to be physically abusive. The abuse could just be mentally. That also leaves an injury, a scar in the brain. The brain is a living organism. And when you continue to not feed the brain with positivity, it gets injured. Just like if someone is hitting you, it leaves an injury or a scar, right? That's the same thing with the brain. If someone's continue messing with you, hitting you in the head, and I'm not talking about physically, I'm talking about like psychologically, it leaves a brain injury. So there is therapy for everything. You gotta heal. They say that it's literally technically, narcissism abuse is equivalent to um, narcissism abuse is equivalent to a soldier that's getting out of the army. PTSD. PTSD is you get the same type of PTSD as though you've been to the army. Psychological abuse. I don't see how hard it is to believe. Those soldiers go through psychological abuse, and going and being with a narcissist is like being with a military sergeant, somebody who's just hard on you, that just yelling, physical, you know, very little compassionate. Same difference. They just a romantic partner. I'm making scrambled tofu. I'll put a little seasoning in it, some taco seasoning. It's gonna be bomb. Actually, I have some of these. Hold on. I have some of these, and I love putting the tofu in it because since it got taco seasoning, it'll be a bomb breakfast burrito. But I want a bagel. I just love cream cheese, so that's why I'm like, I want a bagel. And you can't put cream cheese on that. That ain't gonna taste good. But I'm gonna save that for later. So yeah, I have talked a lot. I have shared with y'all some personal things that I had just had to get off my mind. Like, you know, just going live to me is much better than just sitting up there making a video. How are you? Lavarvach 1918. I'm doing okay. Yes, amen. How are you, Park? Just in turn. How are you, Peaceful Sounds? No YouTube emojis, please. No YouTube emojis. It kills the algorithm. Just use regular emojis, okay? No YouTube emojis. It kills the algorithm, and people won't be able to come to my live and stuff. So let's run those numbers up. Like this video. I'll be going live more often. But yeah, just to say everything and just put everything in a nutshell, ain't no way you have a mother or a father that's living that you should be in a safe house or a shelter. Ain't no way you should be struggling raising your children. Ain't no way if you have a mother or a father that's living that you should be struggling. If you're struggling, there's something wrong. And I'm not talking about with you. Ain't nothing wrong with you. It's something wrong with that adult parent of yours. That they want to run from responsibility. Just because you 30-something, just because you 20, 30-something, 40-something don't make you still not their child. You are still someone's child. You might not be legally attached to your parent. You might, be having a husband or a wife, but you are still somebody's child. And they still have to support you in some way. They cannot run from that. You have somebody that's always trying to run from their responsibility. It don't matter if you believe in the same thing as them or whatever. That's called narcissism. Just because I don't live the way you live don't mean that you gotta stop supporting me or stop talking to your grandchildren. Like, who does that? Then they want to live like they, let me put the cheese on there. Then they want to live like they ain't got no responsibilities. Like, what happened to the original grandparents from back in the day? What happened to that? What happened to them grandparents that would not let nobody mistreat their child or their grandchildren? No, you come here with me. No, you ain't going nowhere to struggle. You ain't got to deal with that. I'm on my way. What happened to that? These grandparents thinking that they outside. We outside. No, you're not outside. You need to go sit down somewhere. We dating. No, you shouldn't be dating still. You should be sitting down somewhere married or single. or just doing something for your child or your grandchildren. That's what you should be doing. What happened to that? The original household. Where is our children going to learn morals and responsibilities when they leave the house other than just from us? It's none of that no more. It's disgusting. So very soon y'all gonna see me. I'm gonna be doing some interviews, podcasting. So yeah, we're gonna run it up. I'm going to be starting to share my story. I have never shared my story, but I'm going to be sharing my story once the court case is over. Got to keep that on the low. But very soon, I'll be able to share my story with you all. But for now, from what I know, the lawyers and the detectives have told me that I'm not able to give details of my story until the court case is over. So when the court case is over, then I'll be able to share my story, and y'all know full details what I've been through, and full details why I feel the way I feel, and about this whole Yada situation and his wife. That's what I'm telling you. I'm telling you, these spiritual men they are troubled. They have troubles, and they want to try to find the most strongest woman to go shack up with, leave broken promises, and be lying. Just liars. Just straight up lying. Janava, you good? I want you to start writing. Do some writing. I want you to get your diary out, and I guess you can write about, let's think. Because I want you to just free write. Free writing is best. Sometimes you don't have to have a particular topic. Write about what you want to do this weekend. Because I think we're going to go to the splash park. Indoor swimming pool this weekend. So the tofu is done. I done scrambled the mess out of this. I'll share some with you. Just gotta put it out, get it out this pan. That's how I like my tofu. Sometimes I'll be so impatient, I don't be waiting until it get that crispy. That's how I like it, like that. Crispy. Yeah, but I'm not even just venting today. I'm not venting. Venting is when you just getting something off your mind. I'm actually being real honest about my feelings and my observations. We need to do better as Black people. Shoot. These grandparents need to step up and stop being favoritism and stop showing favoritism. They need to stop that. The hell? How dare you say that I need less help than somebody like you, a whole grown man. I'm a whole woman. These women out here are vulnerable. I'm using this butter. This is the country crock plant-based butter. A whole grown man should be able to do and fend for himself. I'm sorry. And if he's not able to fend for himself and he needs a little assistance, okay, that's fine. But you telling me that I don't need no type of moral support. You done seen what I just went through. This is the most vulnerable time in a survivor's life is when they escape the abuser. That's the most vulnerable time because you can either stay away or go back. I know I ain't going back. I'm not interested. So yeah, I'm about to make these bagels and then I'm going to head over and eat. I'm not going to mukbang y'all today. I like to eat in peace. And I think the baby is getting up. My baby is, he's 2 months old as of yesterday. So we went to the doctors and stuff. And he is so healthy. Oh my goodness. That boy is 16 pounds, 26 inches at 2 months. He's wearing size 2 diapers. Size 2's diapers at 2 months. Like, he skipped over newborn diapers. I'm making everything bagels. Yeah, y'all. I'm going to be going live way more often. And y'all too, y'all can leave your comments below. Like, share with me your perspective on what I talked about today. How do you feel about the new age grandparents and how they've been avoidant of being a real grandparent and leaving us, this generation, in shambles? Leaving us feeling like we got to depend on narcissistic ass motherfuckers. I mean, I should not be struggling. And I'm serious about that. I shouldn't be in this predicament. I mean, if you have an extra room in your house, that's where I should have been. Not living with no narcissistic man who's putting his hands on me all the time while I'm pregnant. That's horrible. I'm not that stupid and that desperate to have a father figure in my children's life. If you're not doing right by me, how could you do right by my children? I gave you so many chances. This is vegan, dairy-free cream cheese. I gave you so many chances to do right by your children, and you constantly showing me the opposite. So you really think, like, no, I'm not. First of all, I'm not that naive and stupid to stay around somebody who is showing me that they hate me. Because eventually it's going to go to my children. At least eventually you're going to start putting your hands on my children. And that's when I turn into a beast. Yeah, that's when I'm not who I am now. I turn into a whole nother person once you start taking that rage out on my children. Don't try me. Don't try me. That's why I just had to back out peacefully. Good thing I was pregnant, because we would have been going toe to toe. I was already, already very vocal about my disagreements in the upbringing of the children and some of the things that was being done. So you really think I'm not going to step up physically and block you from putting your hands on my children? Like, you're not about to do that. You're not about to do that. This is not 1970 where we beating our children. This is not the Jackson 5. You are not Joe Jackson. We're not doing that. We're not getting belts out and beating our children. That's not what we do. We have intelligent children. We're talking to our children. We're showing them good examples of what a mother and a father, a unity, a black family is. Devotees, spiritual beings, higher consciousness. We're not doing that. You can't tell me putting a belt to a child is going to help them mentally. No, not all children learn like that. Not all children learn with physical abuse and that type of discipline. Nowadays, shit, you can't even do that. You can't even do that nowadays. CPS is going to be on your butt. You cannot do that. Children are so intelligent now. Shit, they will call on you. My child, she's so sensitive. Like, I can't even, if I say something or cuss, she's going to correct me and say, Mom, you shouldn't be cussing. And that's what we need. These children are so intelligent. I don't need to be cussing. Not ladylike, not good for her, not good for anybody in the household. So I just made some cream cheese bagels, some scrambled tofu with some butter, and some cheese. And I'm going to give her some and finish her homeschooling before the baby wake up. Let me show you what I'm about to drink. This is probably not the best juice, but this is what I'm drinking. Bomb. I had some orange juice, but I didn't drink it all. But yeah, y'all, I'm done cooking. Make sure I turn the stove off. I'm glad that y'all was able to join the live. I'll go live again tomorrow. Watch the playback, get some good insight on what I discussed, and leave your comments and feedback. Talk to y'all tomorrow. I gotta go be a mother. I'll be starting work soon because I'm on maternity leave right now. So it's gonna be hard for me to go live like this. So that's why I'm just doing it now, getting it out the way, and giving y'all a little bit insight on how I live. This is how I live. And I'll give y'all a tour once I get my room set up and my bed. Peace, love y'all. And Hare Krishna.